My proudest moment at SU. Man, how do I choose? Is it the smiles I'd see daily when people's stoic faces lit with animation as they walked by the Chuck Norris jokes posted on my window? Or was it throwing crazy dance parties, breaking fire code by jamming 30 people in a sobrato suite, going berserk alcohol-free, a noise violation, or 2, or 3? Or what about being undefeated in the chicken toss at basketball games? Those smoke eaters, not wicked chicken. Wings, never tasted better than after earning it, ducking, shifting, sweating, catching that cursed floppy rubber chicken in the bucket on my head. Or a scrappy team of mostly freshmen, making it to the Intramural soccer championship. Or carrying my monstrous stuffed duck at 2:30 a.m. all the way to sobrato from 6'4" swig. That's right, stuffed duck. His wings cutting, that's another story. All right. Yeah, all those moments are proud ones and important college experiences, no doubt. But when I think what makes me proud, there's one experience that sticks out. It wasn't a shining moment for me. No, it wasn't noticed at a show. It was one day where I humbled myself and God used me to share His grace and love and hope. And it happened partially apart from SU, but impacted every part of my college view. My freshman year, I was talking to a friend back home. I hadn't known her well in high school, but I knew she was alone. She texted me for advice or vent about her life. She was needy, depressed, hurting, lonely. I felt pulled to talk to her and be her friend, even though it didn't make much sense. So here's the scene freshman year. I was having a normal week, going to a basketball game to cheer and scream and blow off some academic steam. When she sent me a text that said, "I've given up, I'd rather be dead. You can tell my parents I'm done with all this shit, with everything." I called her immediately, stepping out of the stands to sit on the steps outside. She answered crying, sobbing, walked in her room. Her mother screaming in the background, my heart beating into a pound. Was she about to kill herself? What the hell do I do to help? Lots of thoughts running in my head, but none came out my mouth. I prayed to God to give me words. I had no clue what to say. I told her that no matter how worthless she felt, that there's a God who gives grace, and I'm a friend here to help. I begged her to see the big picture. This was a dark place where she'd be delivered. I don't remember most of what I said. I remember I just prayed and begged for her not to take her life. She had value to me and in God's eyes. And we hung up, and I prayed, and I went back to the game. But my heart was still hung up on the intensity of her pain. She told me a couple months later that without me, she might have died. Wow, used to save someone's life? That makes me proud, but obliterates my pride. Because I wasn't helping her because of my initiative, but God's insistence to reach out to the neglected. And yeah, every poem of mine seems to mention Jesus, because He's changed my perspective. He's changed my perspective, like that phone call. When my life's so focused on a little picture, He helps me refocus outside the frame. Because God's grace has changed me and amazed me, so I have to magnify His name. Because I may do the action, but the extent of my verb is limited. So I plug them into God, because His love is the infinitive. So that night made me see the bigger picture. And isn't that what a Jesuit education is all about? I was at college, loving it, and living up freshman year. She was back at home, hating her life, debating her life, wishing for escaping her life solely on her own. I was able to witness sobering darkness and step in to shed some light. And on that night, I had been blind, but it challenged me to go deeper and open my eyes. Because I know there are people at SCU, even probably in this room, who struggle with depression, suicidal thoughts, self-hatred, internal oppression. And now I try to see every stranger the same as my hurting friend. Let us look at each other deeper with a compassionate lens. Let us encourage one another, treating every stranger as a friend or brother, with value and love. Because Jesus gave so much hope to the hopeless, faith and healing to the sick, and I'm the proudest when I'm simply able to reflect His. So let's keep having our enjoyable Santa Clara, happy-go-lucky, sun-tan lives, but always remember that there's more if we look through another's eyes. And always remember that beside this bubble of me and ourselves, there's a deep pain in me. So let's go bring hope to the hopeless, love to the unloved, grace to the condemned, whether that means moving a mountain or just being there for a friend. And honestly, when I'm the proudest is when love speaks the loudest. And as a Santa Clara community, may that be the truest thing about us. Thank you.